She said, Prashant, I hate this feedback process. I hate receiving feedback. I hate giving feedback. Every time I have to give tough feedback to somebody, I feel guilty. I feel confused. I feel angry. I feel why do I need to do this? Because I'm a nice person. I want to be nice to them. Hi friends, welcome back to another episode of Coaching Tips with me, Coach Prashant. As always, I'm sharing my experiences of my coaching sessions with you, with names changed. Sharing my almost 20 years experience as a master facilitator, as a corporate executive, as an entrepreneur, and as an executive coach. Today's episode is on a topic which is a very sensitive topic, something which doesn't come very naturally to all of us, and that is how to receive or give feedback mechanism. Samina, a middle manager in one of my sessions, seemed quite anxious and in fact seemed almost embarrassed. So I asked what happened. She said, Prashant, I hate this feedback process. I hate receiving feedback. I hate giving feedback. Every time I have to give tough feedback to somebody, I feel guilty. I feel confused. I feel angry. I feel why do I need to do this? Because I'm a nice person. I want to be nice to them. And what happens is when I have to give them the feedback, what happens is they go back to their old ways and it just goes back to normal. So how should I do it? How do you do it, Samia? I asked her. How do you give feedback when you're actually giving feedback? She said, usually when somebody comes in front of me, when I'm giving feedback, I say something really positive. I really pep them up. I say good things to them, about them. Then I give them some negative feedback, and then I top it off by giving them some really positive remarks. Samina, do you realize that you've just eaten the sandwich? I asked her. So she said, sandwich, what's that? I said, sandwich is exactly that. 2 pieces of bread with filling in the middle. Great positive, a little bit of negative, or maybe a lot of negative, it depends on what you said, and top it off with another piece of positive. So what's wrong with that? I've learned that you should always start with positive and end on a positive note. So Samina said, am I doing it wrong, Prashant? Is there anything wrong with the sandwich method? So I told Samina, per se, there is nothing wrong with the sandwich method. You are on the right track. The only thing with the sandwich method is it doesn't work in all situations. So I shared with Samina 2 tips on my perspective on how to use the sandwich method. Number 1, use the sandwich method when there is not much rapport. And number 2, remember, too much positive dilutes the message. Number 1, when the relationship is new, when you really don't know too much about the person, when you're just starting to work together, when there is not much rapport, the sandwich technique may not be very helpful. What happens is sometimes when you say too many positive things to a stranger, sometimes people get confused. Why are you praising them so much? In those situations, the sandwich may not be very helpful. You may start off by a couple of making some small talk, and then immediately move on to the negative, if there is negative feedback, or the issue at hand, and then finish it off with the positive. In that case, what happens is you come across as a person who tells it like it is. You are straightforward, you care about them because you have said some positive things to them, but at the same time, you are also not shying away from saying negative things. And number 2, too much positive things sometimes dilutes the message. I go away thinking that if everything is great, then what's wrong? Then nothing is wrong, right? You don't want to give people that feeling, right? So there needs to be a balance between the positive things that we say in a feedback or an appraisal situation or in just a regular one-to-one with your reportees. There needs to be a balance, right? Too much positive dilutes the message, too much negative puts people off. And use the sandwich technique sparingly, but use it because definitely rapport is important, and definitely it is good to go away on a positive note. But in the middle, do not shy away from the negative. Samina heard me out. She has come back and she started giving me feedback on how she's using the sandwich method more effectively. So friends, the next time that you are giving or receiving feedback, make sure that the sandwich that you eat or the sandwich that you're giving somebody to eat is something which is palatable and something which creates the necessary impact. Thank you for watching, and I would love to hear from you. If you like what you saw, please like, subscribe, and share on the links given below. I would love to hear from you. Look forward to seeing you again. Take care. Bye.